Hello everyone. Our goal today is to teach you how to use ETAP for power systems analysis in 5 minutes. In this presentation, we're going to focus on how to use the design and analysis capabilities in ETAP for modeling both high voltage and low voltage power systems. This activity is the essential starting point for continuous intelligence, essentially the backbone to the full life cycle of power systems that uses an electronic digital twin, unlocking the ability to connect design and analysis with automation and operations. So we'll go ahead and start off with a brand new project. You also have the choice, obviously, of opening up an existing project. In our brand new project, you can essentially build your electrical system diagram from scratch using the toolbars, or you can simply go into the template and pick from various pre-built reference designs that we have provided and modify those. You can also create and add your own reference design for use in your projects. You can have an entire MCC lineup, or you can have complete substation configurations, as well as the engineering data or the reference design for your substations as well. You can also incorporate renewable energy systems such as photovoltaic, battery energy storage systems, and so on and so forth. The sky's the limit in terms of bringing in an existing system. We can go ahead and bring in one of these systems that we've already built as an option. But if you're not satisfied with it, you can simply delete it and start again. When you delete something from ETAP, it always goes to the recycle bin. So you can always bring it back at any point in time or purge it one more time again. Let's go ahead and build a quick model. So we have our power grid, our bus. We want to add a relay, so we can add a CT and a relay, maybe a transformer, perhaps a cable, a bus, and let's say we have 2 motors in the system. With that, I've quickly built my diagram. You can see that the program does its best to set up the diagram based on the default spacing rules, which you can adjust as well. We can now go ahead and specify any of the missing information to add to the intelligent data. This is a 5 MVA transformer, and we can simply bring in typical impedance from ANSI or IEC standards. Now, as far as the cable is concerned, we can put in the length of the cable, pick up the cable from the library, and then of course, there are also functions available to size and derate or change the capacity of the cable as needed. The motor data is already there, and based on the default data provided by ETAP, you can go with it or you can always change it. But we're now ready to run our power flow calculation. You can see the results directly on the diagram. The units are turned on, so you can quickly toggle between them or simply switch between different types of units. In this case, kilowatts, volts, or percentage for the voltage. You can also turn on and see the kVA and the amps for the network. So now our load flow is done. Let's go ahead and switch over to short circuit. Run the computation, and the program does a terrific job at letting you know that you're missing certain information. You can double click on the error message. It takes you to the component that has the issue, and you can plug in the data to complete your study. We're running a fault analysis, so I would like to go ahead and fault this particular bus and run the calculation again. We can see the fault contribution from the feeder as well as the individual machines in the network. Ready to do a TCC curve? No problem. Very quick and easy. You can simply go to the CT, type in a CT ratio, and go into the relay and make sure that we have an output specified. Look, I forgot to add a breaker. Not a problem. What we can do is quickly come in here and add in a breaker. No need to break connections. The program simply allows you to snap the breaker directly in line. Now we can go back to defining the output for this relay. This relay needs a digital output. It's going to be circuit breaker number 2. So that's automatically interlocked for me. From the library, which is extensive and expanding collection, verified and validated, you can pick from all of these different vendors. Pick your favorite vendor if you'd like. So here we'll pick a Schneider relay, which is a MICOM relay. ETAP sets up the relay based on its functions, overcurrent, overload, as well as distance functions. You can specify all those details. For now, we'll turn off instantaneous and set up our curve to an IEC curve. Now we can select this entire diagram, go ahead and plot it into our time current curve or TCC. We can see the relay curve, the cable damage curve, the transformer damage curve, and obviously the motor curve as well. If you want to remove details from this, you can simply press delete. It does not affect the diagram, but it only affects the TCC itself. Here we can see our setting page is set for Schneider P44. If you're ready to change the time dial, you can simply adjust the time dial up or down or change the pickup for this particular relay. This automatically updates the database and the diagram everywhere. Ready to test this protection? No problem. Just simply drag and drop the short circuit arrow. Once again, the program is letting me know that I picked a cable that is missing some information. So we'll go ahead, pick a different conductor, and rerun our test again. And we can see that this relay picks up and trips the breaker in 283 milliseconds. So very quickly, you can also see a sequence of operation directly on the diagram. With that, we can switch over to ArcFlash. Run our ArcFlash computations. We need to select a bus where we want the fault, so we can right-click and place a fault and run our ArcFlash study. The program gives a warning that the personal protective equipment requirements have not been approved, so it's essentially doing a safety check. And then based on the current short circuit results and the relay settings in the network, we can see what the arcing current is, as well as the ArcFlash energy. From here, you're ready to go to the ArcFlash page. See more details or go inside the sequence of operation for ArcFlash and investigate in more detail what's going on inside this network, who's tripping, and at what stage. Once you're happy with that, you can simply go inside the ArcFlash Analyzer. From here, you have the possibility of printing labels, work permits, data sheets, and a whole lot more. After this, you can move on to the short circuit analyzer to perform device duty calculations to determine fault currents, and then, of course, compare these values against manufacturer short circuit ratings. So within just a few minutes, we've shown you how easy it is to build an intelligent single line diagram and run the calculations with ETAP, going all the way from load flow to short circuit to protection to ArcFlash. This could be your launching point for many other ways to examine and use the model. A wide array of specialized analysis methods, revealing visualizations and reports, compliance standards, and rulebooks are fully integrated into the ETAP working environment. This is also the basis for an electrical digital twin, an active blueprint of your electrical power system, which may be used for planning, operator training, and for real-time analysis, including optimization under various operating conditions, data revisions, and timescales. So now you see that, starting with the core modeling you just learned about, ETAP can be used to optimize the entire life cycle of electrical systems. Thank you.